Hello, welcome. This is Blockchain Bloom, the blockchain educator. I'm Atul Pink, and in today's video, I'm going to talk about that. According to Goldman Sachs, the odds to having a recession in 2 years is 35%, and there are other analysis. They saying that the chance to have a recession in a couple of years, it's pretty good, unfortunately. The second news I would like to talk about is that Terra's UST stablecoin flips Binance stablecoin BUSD, and with that becomes the third largest stablecoin. And the third news is all about that the Bitcoin average transaction fee is the lowest in 2 years' time. All about this in today's video. And if it's important for you to stay up to date, then simply subscribe to this YouTube channel, Blockchain Bloom, because I'm bringing you the freshest cryptocurrency and blockchain news every single weekday. Check out the links under this video, many useful ones, such as the free course, how to start to invest in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. And now it's time to look at the market, where we can see that Bitcoin is actually up 4.4% in the last 24 hours after we have visited, if you remember, 38,000-ish levels. Now we're back to 40,775 at the moment. Then we have Ethereum coming back about the same, 4.5%, which is 3,050 at the present price. When we're looking at the top gainers, we see Steppen up 38%. Then the next in the row is Fracshare, 16.7, and Torchain, 15.8. When we're looking at the top 100, when we're looking at the losers in the same range, then we see that basically not too many losers in the last 24 hours. We see Stacks going down 1.7%. Then we have Chain 0.5, but this is like basically nothing. We don't even have to look at it. Okay, and now we can see what we still are in this channel. Even what happened, here yesterday, if you're looking at this wick, the wick went under this trend line, but the daily close was above it. So, which is a good sign, because so far so good, Bitcoin is holding itself. Yes, it's shown some weakness, and I'm still looking the levels, around here, 37,000-ish at the beginning of that, because if we simply go underneath this, then we're going to form a lower low, which makes whole thing again bearish, and then we might revisit 30,000. But as long as we hold above this trend line, as long as we above this support level, until that, things looking good in my opinion. Okay, and now let's move on to the first topic. And the first topic is all about that, according to many analysts, recession can come in 1-2 years time. Let's get into the details. Okay, so we do know that our economy, it's a pretty bad shape. When we looked at the inflation numbers, which came out in March, it was 8.5%, and it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger month by month. So it's not showing too great signs. And obviously there we have the pandemic situation, which is on for a while, and it slowed down the economy, made many countries to print more of their fiat money. US is doing just the same in big amount. And there we have the Ukraine-Russian situation. The war is ongoing, which will have an impact definitely mainly on Europe, but also when we're looking at the agriculture, then a big part of the world as well. And according to analysts, look, here we go, that according to Goldman Sachs chief economist, they're saying that basically to have a recession, the odds to have a recession in 12 months is 15%, but in 2 years' time, it's actually 35%. So the numbers are going up pretty much. So as you know, the last month's consumer price index, as I said, it's 8.5%. Then we have here the hedge fund manager, Michael Burry, believes that the U.S. Federal Reserve has no intentions of fighting inflation. Moreover, famed author Robert Kiyosaki thinks that even hyperinflation and depression are already here. Then we look further. We have Ray Dalio, also a well-known person in the space. He's saying that so what you have is enough tightening by the Federal Reserve to deal with inflation adequately, and that is too much tightening for the market and the economy. So the Fed is going to be in a very difficult place a year from now, as inflation still remains high and it starts to pinch on both the markets and the economy. I think the most likely what we are going to have is a period of stagflation. And if you're not sure what stagflation is an economic condition that caused by, for instance, a combination of slow economic growth. Then we have the high employment rate and rising prices. Stagflation occurred, for instance, in the 1970s as a result of monetary and fiscal policies and an oil embargo. So basically, cloudy future. Again, here we have John Moldin, who is a best-selling author and a financial expert. He says that, as a recent explained, that he would not be surprised if the stock market crashes in 12 months' time, 40, big number, 40%. So things in general not looking good. And then we looking to find something. We look for something to find against inflation, what will protect us. In many people's opinion, Bitcoin could be one of it. And therefore, the only thing we know, we should do something about it. If you just simply hold your fiat currency, you just do your saving, you don't do anything with it, it's losing its value day by day. So, look at countries like Turkey. They lost, for instance, their local fiat currency lost their value about 50% in a year from the beginning of 2021 until the end of 2021. So just recently. And we have so many other countries, but as you can see, even the US dollar is doing pretty well. Same with the euro is also weakening because of the war. So what you earn now, the value of it will be less in a year time or even a shorter period. So you should definitely do something. Obviously not financial advice, just educate yourself. This is the reason why I'm doing this channel. You have some opportunities you hear about, and then you make your own decision. Which one would you like to try out or get into? Okay, and the next topic, what I would like to discuss is that Terra's USD flips BUSD, and with that becomes the third largest stablecoin on the market. Stablecoins are getting more and more important recently. Definitely the regulations about them are in process right now. But, the number one stablecoin is USDT Tether, which has about $82 billion market cap. After that, the next one is coming USDC, which has about, roughly speaking, $50 billion market cap. And now, on the third place, there is a flip. As you can see, USD, which is Terra's stablecoin, flipped Binance stablecoin, BUSD. So USD market cap has surged to flip BUSD. However, its trading volume are still only around 1/5 worth of Binance digital dollar, which means that, there is more traffic in the Binance one. So Terra's blockchain's algorithmic stablecoin, Terra UST, basically, has flipped Binance. Yes, I said already. It was actually launched not that long ago, back in 2020 in September. Its minting mechanism requires users to burn reserve asset such as Terra Luna to mint an equivalent amount of USD, which can also bring up Terra's price. Just think about it. When a USD is made, Luna is burned. And actually, USD total market capitalization has surged 15% over the last 30 days. And when you're looking at here, you can see very well that this is here when the turning point is November last year. So since last November, the market cap of Terra is just going up like crazy. UST. And you do know that Terra is investing heavily in Bitcoin. At the first stage, they would like to get Bitcoin for $3 billion US, and they have bought the majority already. So this is also helps UST to grow. Okay. That's the first topic. That was the second thing. And now the third thing I would like to discuss, it's all about that when it comes to Bitcoin transaction fees, it's actually right now the lowest in the last 2 years' time. You know, when it comes to transaction fee, especially on Ethereum, we don't really like it because it's pretty high. And Bitcoin network, it's also pricey. However, when we're looking at now the data, it shows that in the last 2 years, actually, we are now the cheapest when it's coming to transaction fees on the Bitcoin network, which is $1.04 in average. So the average Bitcoin transaction fee saw a steadily decline from all-time high, and that all-time high was basically last year in April. So 1 year ago, when one transaction in average was more than 62 US dollar. And if you go before that period, obviously we had the peak of the bull market back in 2017. Then we had an average speaking 54 US dollar per transaction. What that was the fee. So this is usually performing so high when we have a new peak in the market. And now, as you can see, obviously the prices are now between 30 something and 40 something in average. We are nothing too close to a peak period, to a blow off top or something like that. Therefore, we can see that these transaction fees going down because there are less transaction in it. Okay, so this is just a fact all about it. Guys, that's it for today. Don't forget, if you would like to stay up to date, simply subscribe to this YouTube channel, Blockchain Bloom, and I bring you the freshest cryptocurrency and blockchain news every single weekday. I wish you an awesome day. See you tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye-bye.